How to style a pixie haircut. Hi, my name is Jade. If you don't know me, I do a lot of hair content and I have a few videos here on YouTube, but most of it is on Patreon, which you can find in my bio. I just recently got my hair cut and this is the cut that I got. It's a very 90s baby bang with the little wispies at the end. I actually wanted them to kind of taper it up a bit, but getting somebody that works at a salon to use a pair of clippers is not easy. So this is what I ended up with, and I actually really love it. It's really growing on me, but I have very fuzzy hair, and if I were to just wash it and show you what it looks like, it looks nothing like this, not even close. It sticks straight up no matter what I do, and it's very hard to maintain. So over the years, I have messed with a lot of different products, a lot of different ways to kind of keep it laying flat and kind of controlled and styled. So I've used a lot of products, a lot of different things. So this is what works for me with very light and fluffy and fuzzy hair. I used to have a very short shaved head. So this is the first time I've actually had hair in a really long time, probably going on over a year now, because I was shaving my head for a long time. So I didn't have to do any kind of styling, but now I've got hair. So now I'm back to kind of trying to maintain it. So there's a lot of products that I use. You don't have to use what I use, but like I said, this is what works for me with very fuzzy hair. So I'm gonna go ahead and jump in the shower, get my hair all clean, and show you what it looks like right after a shower, and how fuzzy it is and how I maintain it. So let's get started. All right, this is my hair, freshly washed. And as you can see, it's quite fuzzy. Now, my hair's a little bit longer than it used to be. So really, it will lay down probably something like that if I do absolutely nothing to it and just let it air dry. Now, when it was really, really short, like just a couple inches, then yeah, I looked like a hedgehog. But this is not really cute either. So this is not the look we're going for. So what I'm gonna do to keep this from not being so fuzzy and actually manageable is I'm gonna wear a cap. So this is the cap, and it's just a regular old satin cap, nothing special about it. It does have a nice band on the front. I don't know where I got it, probably Amazon, I don't remember. I've had it for a while now. If your hair is really, really short, like a couple inches, I would suggest not using this kind. You would want something that's really, really tight to your head, whereas this has kind of some room to it, in order to get those little short hairs to lay down. But this one works pretty good for the length of my hair right now. So I'm gonna kind of just push it all forward a little bit. It's already starting to dry. Like, it doesn't take but a few minutes for my hair to dry. So, all right. So I'm gonna kind of like put it in the direction that I want it to go. And then I'm gonna start in the back and then push it kind of forward like this. And then pull it down. And now if I wanted my bangs to be side swept or something, then I would do that right now. While it's under there, I would stick my fingers in there and kind of push them over. And then they would lay that way, which would help manage if I wanted it to look that way, which I've done before when my hair was just a couple inches short. Instead of, curling them to lay down flat in the front, I would kind of curl them to lay over the side, because with short hair, it just kind of looked better, like really, really short hair. So, and then if I had really, really short hair, like a couple inches short, I would also be putting gel in my hair overnight. Because when it's really short, like an inch or two, it's really unmanageable and it needs all the help it can get. So, but I have nothing in my hair right now. It's just a little bit damp. So I'm gonna just sleep with the cap on, and then I will show you what my hair looks like in the morning. All right, see you in a minute. Next day, after wearing the cap all night, I did just jump out of the shower and put a little makeup on, so my bangs are not as close to my head as they would be if I left the cap on all night. So you can see they're kind of like sticking out a little bit, which is kind of normal for having such short bangs. That's what they do. But if I was wearing the cap all night, they would have looked like this without getting into the shower. I mean, I use to help give it some weight so it doesn't actually stick up after I get out of the shower right away is a smoothing shampoo. So this is the one that I'm using right now, and it is really good actually. Like, I was really surprised because when I had really long hair, I would have stayed far away from shampoo like this. Anything that says smooth, because there's a lot of moisture in it that it puts in your hair, so it actually helps weigh it down, and it ends up by the end of the day kind of looking greasy. But for me, I want that with short hair because I'm trying to avoid the sticking up everywhere. So this has been actually really amazing for helping with all that frizziness. So I would highly recommend something like this if you're having that issue. So I just wanted to say real quick too, is I don't normally have dark eyebrows. I have very light brown eyebrows, and I did dye them because the hairdresser apparently didn't want to do that for whatever reason. So I dyed them myself, and I'm not gonna technically recommend this because it's not for your eyebrows. This is for your normal hair, but this is just what I use, but I'm technically not telling you to do this. So, so I got the Color Charm by Wella over at Sally's. It's 1N black, and it's a permanent cream hair color. And I got that, and then I got, I had this from before when I was doing my blonde hair. I have a 20 volume because my hair is, I probably didn't need 20 volume for my eyebrows, but I have some gray hair, so that for my hair actually works really well. So if you can see, I don't have any color added to my eyebrows. I just have like a laminating makeup on it, so which is nice. I don't have to fill them in now that they're dark. But when I first did them, I had a very, black skin stain underneath it, so I just used some alcohol to kind of rub that out. So it's not the same color black as my hair. My hair is actually, I don't know if you can tell, you probably can't tell in this light, but it's actually a like a midnight black. So it's like that blue black. And when I first had it done, it was very blue, but a lot of it's washed out now. So now it actually kind of looks somewhat normal. It's kind of a very cool tone black. So, which I didn't do my hair, I had it done. So I don't know if I will do this color again. I don't know, it's kind of growing on me. So I don't know, we'll see. Okay, anyways, also just wanted to say really quick, none of this is sponsored. This is just products that I've been using. And when I had a longer pixie, I accumulated all this stuff and tried a ton of stuff because nothing worked in my hair. But these are the things that I've been able to work with, and I still have from when my hair was long. So these are the things that actually work in my hair. Let me show you kind of a couple things first before I actually put product in my hair. So I was originally using this flat iron when my hair was a little bit longer than it is now. I would say it's probably an inch wide. It's very hard to use, especially with my hair being this short now. Like up in here, it would be fine to kind of like turn down and keep from being completely straight. But my bangs are so short that it makes it really difficult. So I'm going to try this today. This is my first time using it. I just bought it. The 1/2 inch ceramic straightener. So they make these really teeny tiny, not very wide straighteners for short hair like this, pixie hair. So we're gonna try it and see if we can get my bangs to do something other than stick straight out. All right, so first thing I'm gonna use is this Tonic by Reuzel. This one right here. As you can see, I've used, oh, maybe you can't tell. There's no, it's barely anything left. There's probably about that much in there. So I use this all the time now that I have longer hair. And what it does is it kind of gives it some grit. And especially since I'm using a very deep conditioning shampoo with a lot of moisture, this kind of gives it a little bit of balance and dries a little bit of that up on the root area. So that way I'm not like super duper greasy. So I just kind of spray a little bit where I have a lot of grease, kind of like in the crown area here. I guess that's the crown area. I don't know what I'm talking about. Crown area I think is back here, but the top and then a little bit on the side. So nothing crazy, just a couple sprays, mostly on the root, and then I just kind of work it in with my fingers. So all right, so I'm gonna let that dry for a second. I'll work it in, kind of give it some texture a little bit. Actually, I should probably spray some in the back too, because the back of my head is always really super fuzzy. Okay. All right, now while I'm waiting for this to kind of dry, I'm gonna plug in my straightener that we're not gonna use to straighten because I already have straight enough hair. Forbid I actually can open a package. Like, I'm the worst when it comes to opening things. I just rip it open. It's a million pieces. There's no way I can ever return anything. Who does this? Where do they do this to me on purpose? Not even kidding. That's normal packaging for me. Normal ripping open. Oh, nice. It looks like it has a dial on it too, so you can make it super duper hot apparently. 140 to 430. We're gonna keep it at 140 because I don't really know. I don't think I need it super duper hot, but here you can see how tiny it is compared to this one. See? So this is the one that you want if you have super short hair. But it has a nice long cord. That's nice. The other one didn't, so. Shit. Plug's right behind the camera. Sorry. Alright. I'm gonna turn this on, let this sit for a minute. This even feels better than the other one, like it's just in my hand. I don't know. Maybe because it's longer. Alright. So while I'm waiting for my iron to heat up, which it feels like it's already kind of there. So I'm gonna put this in my hair too. This is a pomade, another one from Reuzel, and I put this kind of like in my roots again to give it some more texture and stuff, to kind of like give it some grip. So I'm gonna put this kind of all over, and then after that I will use basically super glue to help curl my hair. So as you can see, I've used the crap out of this. So it's getting a little bit hard, but it's because I haven't used it in a while. So really I'm going to use that much and kind of just get it a little bit more malleable in my hand here. Warm it up. And once it's kind of there, which it feels like it is a little bit now, I'm going to go kind of to my root and make my hair look really funny. And I put it around my edges here too, to kind of hold them down a little bit so they're not sticking straight out. Trust me, my hair won't look like this when I'm done. A little bit in the front here. Yeah, this stuff is great. I love this stuff. I have to use so many products in my hair because also where I live, it's super humid. So basically everything sweats, kind of just melts out of your hair. So if I use like water-based products, then that's exactly what happens. I'll be outside for like 2 seconds and then that's it. Everything's gone. So But let me see, do I still have, no, I don't have it. Yeah, I had one that I actually liked, a gel, I think it was. It was, what was it called? Sexy hair or big, I don't know, something like, I think it was called something like that. Big sexy hair, I don't know, but it was a really good gel, but unfortunately it was water-based, so the moment I was outside for a very short amount of time, put some more in, it just melted. And then my bangs were back to the way they were. Put some more over in this area because I feel like it didn't get that. It's also hard to do this because I can't see the back of my head, but so I just feel like I never put enough stuff back there. Okay, I think my straightener should be ready by now. Now I'm going to use this Got to Be Glued styling spiking glue screaming hold. This is the only thing that works. Then nothing stays put in my hair, and this is the only type of like gel that stays in my hair and actually holds it all day. So like I said, this one is water resistant, so it's not gonna just melt out of my hair if I'm outside all day. So this is gonna go on my bangs predominantly, and then I'm gonna kind of just like do pieces throughout and then use the straightener to kind of curl it over. So, all right, I'm just gonna use a little bit, because hair in my hands. Just gonna use a little bit, that much, which is probably too much, but like I said, I'm gonna kind of put it all over, and it dries really quick, so I gotta put it in kind of fast while it's wet. And then because it literally starts to feel like glue. So like my hair is not gonna go anywhere after this. Just gonna kind of piece it all over, mostly in this area, because on the sides of my head here, I have hair that she cut that likes to cowlick real bad and stick out. And I don't know if it's just because my hair's short or because she cut it wrong. I'm not really sure. So I think the one side she cut wrong, because it is extremely hard to lay flat, even after I press it down and, you know, all right, now what I need is my brush. This is like a hog hair brush. I use this a lot to like smooth my hair down, so I'm gonna kind of smooth my bangs out a little bit, because I don't want them to look like hard and chunky, like they have a lot of product in it. To at least look a little bit like what do you call it? I don't know what I'm trying to say, but I don't want them to look spiky. I guess that's what I'm trying to say here. Okay. All right, so let's try this. This is on the lowest setting. So, all right. Yeah, when I used to use the other one, it was very hard to kind of get underneath because I was going to burn my forehead. So that's all I'm doing, is I'm just taking a section of hair like this, getting the flat iron under it, and then curling it towards my forehead and pulling it down. So I don't know if you can tell, there's a difference. I'm gonna have to probably go over it again, or maybe turn it up the heat a little bit. I do think I need to turn the heat up a little bit, because it's not curling it as much as I want. So, all right. Let's turn it up. Let's turn it up to 250. All right, so now we know that the lowest setting is a little too low. Like I could barely feel the heat at all when I was doing that, so it needs a little bit more. I'm trying to push this kind of out of the way for a minute. So it's just my bangs in the front. So the haircut that I got, if anybody's wondering, is a very 90s style haircut. I have no idea what the name of it is. I just showed the hairdresser a picture and I was like, do this or something similar to this. And it's very reminiscent of the Hackers Angelina Jolie vibe. Her bangs are a little different. But I really wanted like goth baby bangs in the front. So it gives it a really cool silhouette compared to like a normal pixie where you would have like no bangs or really long bangs or something like that. So I wanted to try something a little different, a little bit more goth. So, all right, is this heating up? It feels hotter. All right, excuse me, let's try it again. All right. Yeah, that feels hotter. Like I don't want it to be completely straight. I want it to be kind of turned under. Yeah, that's hotter. I can feel it. See? I don't know if you can tell the difference. I hope you can. I'm gonna try and not pull them too far out as I do it. I'm just gonna try and turn it down. Okay, I think that's working. Can you tell the difference this side between that side? No, maybe you can't. I might need to turn this up hotter still. I don't know. Do some of this up here real quick. And then I'll show you the other side, see if we can see a difference. I can, but again, on camera, it's, yeah. Okay, so here's the side that I've curled right from here over. And then here's the side that I didn't. So this is still probably sticking out a little bit. Whereas this is way more flat on my head. All right. So let's see if I can do it to the camera here. I'm gonna grab the right piece here. Okay. So I'm just grabbing it and I'm turning it almost like you would be curling your hair. There. That's it. Okay. Okay. And I'm curling it more so for my bangs than I would the top of my hair, and I'll show you. You see a difference? Do you see a difference? All right, so here, there's that. I'm gonna do the like bang layer on top of it a little bit. Curl that forward. And then I can always kind of mess it up, but. All right, so now I'm gonna get this cord out of the way. I got too much going on right here. I need to move some stuff. So now I'm going to back up so you can see a little better. So now I'm going to take pieces from the back, grab it at the base, and just kind of roll it over just a little bit, like that. Just so they're not super straight. Like straight laying flat on my head. Does that make sense? They kind of have a little bit of a turn to it. Let's see if I can do this side. I don't know if you guys can see what I'm doing. I'm trying to show you, but it's kind of hard to look in the mirror and do it at the same time. Okay. So like that. Just grabbing a tiny piece and pulling it and just kind of turning the end. I especially have to get this spot back here because this is where I think she kind of messed up my hair back here. I'm constantly fighting with it. Trying to do the back, but you know, I can't see what I'm doing, so I'm just grabbing hair and pulling it in the direction that it's supposed to go, but curling it just a tad. And trying not to do it the opposite direction. And then when I'm done, I'm actually gonna mess it up a little bit more. So it's not all like perfectly curled. Okay. All right, so that's basically what I do for the most part. And now I'm gonna kind of pull it out a little bit to give it a little bit of volume, right? Because now having volume is okay because your hair is, God damn this spot. See, look, right there. That's the spot that I always have a problem with. I need to like pour the gel into that spot. That's so annoying. But yeah, now that it's curled, a little bit of mess is okay, right? Like, or a little bit of volume is okay now because it's not fuzzy, right? So, all right, so I'm just kind of messing with it a little bit, kind of turning it in the front, but keeping the bangs straight, kind of pulling it together, and then pushing this towards my face, and then kind of turning the front a little bit. Okay. That's kind of it. And then for extra security, because like I said, my hair is very hard to maintain, I'm gonna spray it with this Blasting Freeze spray by Got to Be Glued. Just a little bit. That's it. That is it. Okay. Oh, I love it so much. It reminds me of being in high school. All right, I'm gonna get my glasses. All right, this is it. This is my hair. This is how I do it. I hope you like it. I hope I kind of helped a little bit. I know when I first cut my hair, I was struggling to find any kind of information on keeping my hair kind of flat and maintained, because I would see all these pictures of these cute girls having their hair all cute, and it always looked like they had like a lot of weight and body in their pixie hair, and I'm stuck here with a bunch of fuzz. So so this is how I do it. And yeah, I hope you like it. If you have any questions, let me know, and I will put all the products that I use in the description, so that way if you would like to get them, you can. But like I said, I'm not sponsored by any of this. This is just what I've tried and what works for me. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and please consider subscribing. I do a lot of hair content, especially with hair cutting videos, salon, barber, things like that. I have a Patreon that has all of that on there, and I do upload on YouTube once in a while as well. But I do have a link that has all of my links, should be in my bio. Anyways, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you next time.